pandemic has accelerated the adoption of cloud in the Indian BFSI sector. The lockdowns have imposed revenue constraints. As a result, the banks and insurance companies have cut down their budget and the staff. So the BFSI companies, in order to keep the innovation up, they have been adopting cloud in big time, especially shifting their expenditures from capital expenditure to operational expenditure. And the consumers at the same time have also evolved in demanding no contact and virtual transactions. So the banks have been very quick in responding to that by deploying touchless and remote banking solutions, especially mobile payments and internet banking. Data virtualization makes it easy to shift to the cloud because shifting to the cloud is not as easy as just lifting and shifting all your existing applications. You need to re-architect. And whenever you need to re-architect, there's a disruption to the business in terms of the applications that they can actually use. So the data virtualization comes in as an intermediary layer that disintermediates the business consumption from the IT modernization. And this enables the IT to proceed in modernizing from the on-premises to the cloud, while at the same time the business is to continue accessing the data. So this helps the IT save costs and the business also to conduct the day-to-day business operations. Hybrid is going to be the norm. It's always going to be a mix of on-premises and cloud applications. If you look at a Gartner study, they said that about 12% of all data and analytics workloads are running in the cloud today. 2 years from now, by 2023, about 33%, which is roughly 3 times of all the data and analytics workloads will run in the cloud. That's an incredible improvement, yet still about 70% of the workload is still going to be running on premises. So the hybrid is going to be there for a very long time. So the cloud will increase and the on-premises will decrease, but the on-premises is never going to go away. And this will be the case whether it is in India or globally. And the business users need to access the applications wherever they are, whether they're on-premises or on the cloud. So the applications could be on-premises today, and as the IT modernizes, they could be moving to the cloud tomorrow. But the question is, how do you automatically monitor these transitions so that the business users, when they access the applications, that is getting the data from the correct location, whether it is on-premises or on the cloud. That's where data virtualization comes in to help track that automatically. Well, the Indian BFSI sector is no exception. They are actually leading the charge from a technology perspective compared to any other industries. And if you look at the cloud service providers like the Amazon, Microsoft, and Google, they're all increasing their footprint in India in anticipation of the BFSI companies moving most of their advanced workloads to the cloud. It is not restricted to any particular type of bank. All public and private banks and also insurance companies are undertaking this digital transformation based on what the consumers are demanding. And they are requiring all these huge workloads, which is basically a cost is a factor for these ones. And given the reduced amount of budget, cloud offers a better solution to manage these workloads at a lower cost. But again, as I mentioned, moving to the cloud is not that easy. And that's where you need solutions like data virtualization or logical data fabric, because the payoff of adopting the cloud can be increased multifold with these logical technologies. I would say the pressing challenges for the Indian BFSI companies are that they're going full force into data lakes. If you look at the Gartner study, they said that only about 17% of the data lakes have succeeded, which means over 80% has actually failed. And the reason for the failure is that it's very easy to put the data into the data lake, but it is very difficult to take it out and consume it. And that's where the problem lies in terms of the data quality. and the security is even worse. So the schema on read allows you to put the data as is and then be able to extract it and format it at the time of consumption. But that has not worked out very well. So the data lake has turned into a data swamp. So what should the BFSI companies do? They should adopt a flexible logical architecture supported by data virtualization and logical data fabric. And Denodo is helping by showcasing of existing customer success stories. We are telling that in our own customers' voice through presentations at events and trade shows, at webinars, through case studies, short 3-minute videos, and so on. And even we are training our partners to take this message to the client. My talk is about future-proofing enterprise data management. The benefit that the listeners will hear is the acceleration to the digital transformation. In today's pandemic, things have been worse, and tomorrow or somewhere in the future, there could be some other economic shock similar to this that could happen. But what businesses can learn is the adaptability, the agility, but that business agility needs to be supported by technology agility. That's where the technologies should basically adopt a flexible architecture that enables them to respond to such things. So the attendees will learn about the lessons we learned from the pandemic, what the new normal is going to be going forward, how to use the data as their guide to transition to the digital world, and building flexibility in the technical architecture using technologies such as data virtualization and logical data fabric. Thank you very much.